in the money mastery site. Actually, it's expounding on the fortune that we've had today. Today, the 8th of May 2026. It has been so fortunate that today has been the book closure day of BAT. Just imagine BAT. Have you even considered the amount of dividends they are paying? Like, bro, it is 60 shillings per dividend, and their share price goes, was it at 570? So that was like if you buy a minimum of 100 shares, that is 57,000. And then you are being paid back as dividend 60 per share. For example, that one will be 60 by 100. That is 6,000. So if you would have invested 57,000, of course there are other transactional charges with the broker. That's a little amount, not that much. But if we assume that you have invested 57,000 today in BAT, by today afternoon at around 5, is it 5 is the latest time? And then after they have done book closure, you can go Monday, withdraw back your funds, and then sit back, relax, and wait for your 6,000 to flow in once they pay. I think they'll be paying in June, if I'm not wrong. Yani, today has been really a lucky day. Actually, can I say the best paying company in the Nairobi Securities Exchange? Like 60 shillings. Companies like Stanbic zinachezea na huko, is it 15, 18, Stanchart. They also pay dividends very well, but 60 shillings for BAT, that is a fortune. That is a really big fortune. EABL is also there. It's also one of the consumer companies. But when you look at the share price, well, let me give you the calendar that I've prepared here. For it is a 1 year NSE dividend calendar by best pairs. That's the best pairs dividend calendar that I've got. So I've divided it into two, whereby we have the first quarter and then the second quarter. The first quarter is between January to March, and then the second quarter is between April to June. Of course, there are also those companies that pay their dividends on September. Yeah, I think Safaricom, their final dividend, they pay it in September, if I'm not wrong. But coming to this, the first quarter, Standard Chartered Bank of Kenya, their record date is on April. And then that is on their first quarter. And then on their second quarter is April or May. It can be April or May. And then the first quarter, which is January to March, we have Stanbic also. Their record date is April. And then their second quarter payment window is in May. It can sometimes flip over to June. And then first quarter, January to March, Cooperative Bank. Their record date is April. Of course, I've checked. It's been just the other day, the 30th of April. And then their payment window is on May. Right now we are in May. Yeah. Then NCBA Bank, their record date is on April also. And then their payment window is on May. I&M Bank record date is April. Their payment window is on May. Equity, their record date is on May, and their payment window is June. But now let me now take you to the real juicy part of this, whereby I've summarized for you the final dividend and the book closure date. That is the dividend price, the amount that this company is paying as dividend per share price, and then their book closure dates. So I've listed a good number of them. I couldn't exhaust all of them, but I've listed a good number of them that averagely pay very well. I'll be mentioning the company. After that, I'll also be mentioning the amounts that they pay or that they disburse as their dividends. So I start with the top best, which is British American Tobacco. That is BAT. BAT is at the top of my list. It is paying 60 shillings per share, and their book closure date is today, the 8th of May 2026. So anyone who has bought BAT shares today, even if they sell them on Monday, they stand a chance to be paid those dividends. Just imagine 60 shillings, but it's okay. We have Stanchart, that is the SCBK in the NSE. Stanchart pays 23 shillings. Wow, that's very, very lucrative and luscious. 23 shillings, and their book closure date was on 30th April. Was on 30th April. And then ABSA pays 1.85 shillings. Their book closure date was on April. Equity Bank, they pay 5.75 shillings. Their closure date will be 22nd of this month. That is 22nd of May 2026. So kama BAT imekupita leo, kuna Equity inakuja 5 shillings, 5.75, 22nd of this month. So between today and 5 p.m. of 22nd of this month of May 2026, make sure umebuy shares za Equity, whatever amount wewe nunua, at least such that ukiwithdraw after wamefanya book closure, ukiwithdraw shares yako, you stand a chance to be paid those dividends. And CBA, they pay 4 shillings, but their book closure was recently on April 30th. Cooperative, they pay 1.5. Their closure date was on also 30th. Stanbic. Stanbic, they pay 18.55. And their book closure date, do you know when it is? It is on 15th. Just look at that. So imagine you invest today in BAT, and then ukaekae kidogo uinvest kwa Equity, alafu unakaakaa kidogo una buy gani za Stanbic. Hiyo hesabu ni tamu bwana. Haya, DTB pia ndio hii tuko nayo, a very very lucrative pay of dividend, 9 shillings, book closure date 22nd May. 22nd May ina share na Equity. Kakuzi, now look at Kakuzi also over here. Niliwaambia nime list best paying dividend many companies in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Kakuzi, they pay 16 shillings, and their book closure date is on 29th of May. Wow, wonderful. Haya, Jubilee. Jubilee is an insurance company, if I'm not wrong. Hao wanalipa 13 shillings, and their book closure date is 11th June. So for that one, you still have some quite time. Unaweza invest kwa hizo za May, and then ukiwithdraw huko unaweka kwa Jubilee. Haya, I&M was 2.2 shillings, but their book closure was 2 weeks ago. That is on 16th of April. Kuna KN Generals. KN General wanalipa 3.12 shillings. Book closure date yao ni 24th June. KN Generals are a very good company. Then NSE on itself now, you can also invest on NSE. Leave alone now the portal of NSE. There is now NSE again listed in NSE. Now NSE is paying 1 shilling, and their book closure date is 21st May. We still have time for that. Safaricom, Safaricom is a big and a blue chip company. Mm, okay, fine. I think they should tell us why they pay this amount of dividends because to me it doesn't make any sense. But it's all right. They pay 1.15 shillings and their book closure date is on 4th August. So for that one, you have a very good time. And then Total Energies, they pay 3.45 and their book closure date is 24th June. I remembered I've not listed KPLC, but the KPLC they paid their dividends on March, yeah. So their book closure date was somewhere around mid-February, if I'm not wrong. It will be there. Just imagine from this calendar. Now let's look for this month. Let me now narrow for you down for those companies listed in the NSE that are paying their dividends this month of May. So number one, we've got BAT today. Kama leo uliinvest BAT, jua you stand to own 60 shilling dividend per share. That is now BAT. That is one. Two, kuna equity with 5.75. And then we have Stanbic 18.55. And then we have ETB with 9 shillings. And then we have Kakuzi with 16 shillings. And then from there we have NSE with 1 shilling. Just imagine, hii ni Mei tu. Ngoja hata tusianze kuangalia juu. Kuna wale wenye book closure dates zao ni juu au bado. Yani hizo ni Mei. Just imagine, very lucrative. Very lucrative. Angalia combine BAT, kuja Equity, kuja Stanbic, kuja DTB, kuja yani hizo kwanza zenye tu nimetaja hizo nne, hizo ni banks peke yake. Haya, kuja Kakuzi. Wow, wonderful. Kakuzi 16. That is very beautiful. Sasa Kakuzi, then sasa from Kakuzi tukuwa na NSE. Yaani kwa hizo zenye nimewatajia ni Kakuzi na NSE tu ndio sio banks. And they are paying very well, very nice. Oh, this one makes my heart more happy. Yani nice. This is very nice. If you are an investor and you are focusing on investing long term and you're also focused on dividends apart from share and capital appreciation, you know that wow, this is wonderful and amazing. Hey, let's consume these profits that we have them here. Imagine this is free money, doesn't need any calculation, doesn't need any money. Just vile tu nimekwambia tu hivyo, wewe ni kuenda tu kuchukua CDS account namba yako na download dosika na ubuy shares na useme nimesikiza Daniel leo akawa ananiambia I have to buy these stocks because their book closure dates is on this month by this date that I have mentioned, depending on the company. Then from there, after they've done book closure, I stand a chance to be paid also as one of the investors and the shareholders for that company, depending on the dividend price wenye watakuwa wameweka pale. And that's how money flows into your account. Very nice. And that's how you began your journey of investing into more decades as we move on. That's what we call building wealth. Wonderful. I like it very, very much. So apart from that, I'll be giving you more and more and more and more. To continue, look at this summary here I made of best dividend paying companies we have in Kenya. We're actually listed in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. I know I've mentioned for you these companies with their respective book closure dates and their respective dividend payout amount. But now I've also categorized for you good dividend paying companies that are listed in the exchange. Just look at how simplified I've simplified for you all these things. For you is just now to narrow down to it and invest your money there. Like you are an investor. Come and build this wealth. Now, back to this. Good dividend paying companies that are listed in Nairobi Securities Exchange. We have, okay, I've listed them randomly, not from the best to the least. No, I've just listed them randomly. We have BAT, we have KPLC, we have Stanbic, we have KCB, Bank of Kigali, Safaricom, we have Limuru Tea, we have Standard Chartered, we have NCBA, we have Cooperative, Equity, I&M, Kengen, EABL, BOC Kenya. Wow, those are okay. Those are not the only ones that pay dividends, but those ones that I've listed are good dividend paying companies that have a track record of payment of dividends in a very, very lucrative way. That is very, very wonderful. Very, very wonderful. Those are now good dividend paying companies. Let me now give you a list of best capital gain companies. Wow. Just look at how summarized I've summarized for you all these things. As an investor, oh, for you is just now to make money. For you is just to build wealth, nothing else. You have nothing else to do. The mathematical analysis and all those headache questions you've got, like I need companies that do this and that, the specification, you need not to worry anymore. Don't go and disturb ChatGPT. I don't know Chrome. I don't know Grok. All those search engines, you are disturbing them, asking them questions that are irrelevant, that I have simplified them for you here. Look at this. Best capital gain companies listed in the Nairobi Securities Exchange. We have NCBA, or let's say Nedbank. We have Absa Bank, Cooperative Bank, I&M Bank, KPLC, EABL, KPC. Like these are the best capital gain companies. You can even add here Sassini also. Just imagine. Wow, this is wonderful for you to build your wealth and to take your journey towards wealth creation with a very strong foot. Ah, this is very, very amazing. So you have really to consider this because for this video today, I've really been summarizing for you best dividend paying companies, best capital, this called capital gain companies. I've also listed for you uh, the NSE dividend calendar for the best paying dividend companies. Just imagine. And then I've also listed for you at what time should you buy certain company stocks, either if you're targeting dividends and also capital gain. So stay put because this is how you build your financial journey towards wealth creation. Very amazing. You have to pin this. Let's meet in the next video. I've got something very, very nice